Alright, everyone, how's it going? Yeah, UFC 109. Interesting card. Quite a good card. There's nothing much to say on it, really. It's nothing amazingly exciting, but it's nothing mediocre. It's just a good card. What else can you say about it? Right, I'm going to dash through the prelims as quick as I can. Mustafa Al-Turk versus Hollis Gracie. I think it's a gift for Hollis Gracie. You know, I mean, huge guy. I've seen no reason why he couldn't get a first round guillotine over Mr. Ground and Pound expert that got ground and pounded to death by Czech Congo. Hollis Gracie, first round submission. Tim Haag versus Chris Tucker. I think he got a bad deal on his last fight with Gonzaga. Gonzaga went and kicked him in the groin about as hard as I'd be willing to kick a rugby ball. Tim Haag, 7-second knockout in his last fight. I reckon Tucker training with Lesnar's camp and all that is going to have an amazing wrestling base. Tim Haag's wrestling, yet to be seen, but against Pat Barry it didn't look exactly spectacular. So, Chris Tucker, unanimous decision. Brian Stan versus Phil Davis. Don't know a lot about Phil Davis. Have done my research. I know he's got the reach. He's got a fair bit of technique in all areas, really. He's alright. It's nothing great. Brian Stan, tough guy. I see no reason why he couldn't take this. He's got heavy strikes in his hands and his feet. Brian Stan, second round TKO. I think it's a safe bet. You know, this Phil Davis could come and surprise us all, but nah, Brian Stan. I'm taking Brian Stan. Fainting fucking Felipe Nova versus Rob Emerson. Not a huge fan of either guy, to be honest, but I feel a lot safer going with Rob Emerson than I would with Felipe Nova. But this is a certain cut fight. I might actually start making a recurring theme of if I choose a loser or whatever, I'm going to say whether or not they get cut or not. I think whichever one of these guys loses, they're getting cut. Rob Emerson, third round, clean knockout Felipe Nova, ending his fainting career forever. Or at least UFC career, please. Sick of seeing the guy faint. Right, spike card. Melvin Gillard versus Ronis Torres. Again, this could be a dangerous fight for Gillard to come back to after a submission loss with Torres has got some absolutely sick grappling credentials. Seriously, sick grappling credentials. But he has been knocked out before. Every fight starts on the feet. It's a 50-50 when you go again with a striker against a ground fighter. I'm taking the striker or the wrestler who's got the heavy hands, but decent hands nonetheless. Quite accurate with his strikes. Can be wild, can be accurate. Taking Melvin Gillard by second round TKO. I reckon Torres has got a bright future. Melvin Gillard might be a bad matchup for him. Right, Matt Danzig versus Justin Buchholz. I think Buchholz could quite easily get cut from this, after this fight if he loses. They're never going to cut Matt Danzig despite how many fights he's lost in a row. 3, I think. It's Matt Danzig's fight to lose. He's got passable stand-up, it's ample, but he's got some decent ground game. Buchholz, fair few submission losses. Danzig, triangle, not seen him do one before. Let's see it. Don't know what round. Right, Matt Serra versus Frank Trigg. I have a text. I missed the text button. There it is. Again, Frank Trigg could quite easily get cut after this. I don't even know why they fucking brought him back, to be honest. Matt Serra, amazing ground game, very underrated guy, huge power in his hands. Frank Trigg, it's just the guy who bullies anyone smaller than him, but anyone bigger than him, who outclasses him in terms of any, area really, ground or feet. He's going to wilt under the pressure, and Matt Serra can apply that pressure. I really think he's kind of a scrappy little guy, and Matt Serra just to solidify another rear naked choke on Frank Trigg, second round. Damian Maia versus Dan Miller. Miller is powerful, ample wrestling, fairly decent hands. Damian Maia is the best ground expert I've ever seen. He falls into the Dean Lister sort of category. In fact, it's just amazing on the ground. Dan Miller will take this fight to the ground. Dan Miller will not get up if it goes to the ground. He will lose if it goes to the ground. I think it will go to the ground. Therefore, Maia in every area. By whatever submission he wants. Go platter if he wants. Anything, seriously. Mike Swift versus Paulo Thiago. This is all of you.
I think Mike Swick's gonna do it. He's got the faster hands. He's got the crisper boxing. He's well-rounded. He's got good takedown defense. Mike Swick by first-round TKO.
It's all very well and good. I'm alright with that. I'm not going to dish you for that. But, you know, Paul Thiago is one of the most underrated guys in the welterweight division at the moment. Definitely more well-rounded than Swick. You know, losing to John Fitch. Everyone's lost to John Fitch apart from GSP. Come on. In the UFC, let's be fair. Mike Swick struggles against counter-strikers. Thiago's got some sick counter-strikes. He didn't rush at Josh Koscheck when he knocked him out. He countered him. He countered Jacob Voltman really well. He countered Fitch really well. Had him in a guillotine at one point. I don't see how Koscheck and Fitch can get him up to scratch to fight this guy. Very underrated guy. Powerful hands. Amazing grappling credentials. Paul Thiago for the upset. Not sure by what method. Possibly unanimous decision, seeing as Swick doesn't get knocked out all that often or submitted. Nate Marquardt versus Chael Sonnen. I don't really need to expand on this any more than anyone else has. Marquardt is just the upgraded version of Chael Sonnen. He's got the much better strikes, much crisper strikes. And on the ground, Chael Sonnen struggles. Marquardt's received his black belt recently. Very underrated on the ground. Let's see Chael Sonnen caught in a guillotine. I'd like that. I don't dislike either guy. Very nice guys, but Chael Sonnen is style balls the hell out of me, as it does many people. Right, main event, Randy Couture versus Mark Coleman. Again, I don't really need to expand much on this. Everyone seems to have already beaten me to the punch. You know, Randy Couture, I think he's got more experience, but Mark Coleman, you know, if he's going to win it, it's got to be in the first round. There's no two ways about it. It's got to be in the first round. It's got to be a big overround right, because he has got him. He showed it against Shogun, even when he was tired. But Randy Couture will grind out that either decision or third round TKO. I can just see it coming. Thanks for watching, everyone. Those are my predictions. Hope you like them. Hope you'll tune in for the next ones. Not sure what it's going to be. Am I going to do a WEC? It doesn't interest me all that much, but I may try it. So, catch you all later. Cheers for watching. I'm out of here.